39% of single people, whether they're widowed, divorced, or single, have said that they are using online dating. So, online dating is the new platform for singles to connect. Here's the thing, you might be able to find a match out there, but how do you get them to meet you? That's what we're going to talk about today. If you want more tips on how to take charge of your love life, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Whether you've online dated before and had failed results, or this is your very first time, online dating can be very frustrating if you don't know what you're doing, right? So the tips I'm going to share with you are things that I've seen through over 7 years of working with clients, what works and what doesn't. Tip number 1 is that you must fill in your bio. It is so important that you have your interests, your values, what you're looking for in a partner. One of the key mistakes that I see on a bio is that a person is talking about themselves the whole entire time. You're on there to find your life partner, so you need to actually share what that looks like. What are some of the qualities you're looking for in a partner? What interests do you want to share with them? What's important to you today when it comes to relationships? You can definitely make the profile really light and have fun in the profile, and also sprinkle in some serious things, okay? Plus, some of the dating sites and apps out there match you based on what you write in your profile. So if you leave it blank, what does that do? Someone's gonna base it on superficial qualities, your looks. Tip number 2 is to make sure you start with an opener that's not, hey. Do a little research. Take a look at the person's profile, their photos. Did you notice that they travel a lot? Do they hike? And actually start with an opener of like, hey, I see that you love hiking. Where do you usually go? This is where I go. So it's much more engaging from that standpoint. Women really get turned off when a guy says, hey, beautiful. You may think that you're complimenting a person, but they may feel that you're lacking depth. And on top of that, that you're not really paying attention and reading the profile and getting to know them. Just think about putting yourself in the other person's shoes. How would you want someone to talk to you? Would you want them to focus on your qualities and who you are inside rather than just your success? Tip number 3 is to make plans soon. Don't be that pen pal because you're scared of rejection, scared that things aren't going to work out. Assert yourself, but make requests as well. Maybe around 3 days of chatting, you say, hey, it seems like we really connect. Would you be interested in taking this to a coffee date and meeting in person, or possibly going for a walk or a hike, because we're social distancing, right? Doing things that allow you to have an activity really sparks more connection. So I would be going that route if I were you. Another tip is to set up that activity date. Name a time and place where you'll meet. Maybe some of you are not comfortable with meeting in person yet and you want to do virtual dates. That's totally fine. I recently did a video on 10 unique and fun creative ways for you to do a Zoom date. I'll leave the link below. I think that's going to really help you, if you're uncomfortable with meeting in person. But if you plan on meeting in person, please do set a time and date. Don't just say, oh, we should hang out. Actually make the effort to go, hey, what would you like to do? And then follow up with, would this date work? Would this time work? Obviously, you want to be permission-based. You don't want to assert so much that you're being bossy, but more so ask like, what do you feel comfortable with? And my final tip is to make sure that you arm yourself with conversation pieces. So questions are really important. What do you come to the date with? You should know your non-negotiables, things that are deal breakers. You don't have to berate the person or, interrogate them, but it would be nice for you to sprinkle some in during a conversation to see if this person is even a good fit. That's the whole purpose of dating. You can talk about your interests and the fun stuff like traveling, cooking, and, hiking, things that you really enjoy, but sprinkle in some core values that are important to you that you're looking for in a partner. And how would you pose that question? Well, one of the things that I always do is say, focus on open-ended questions. For example, if family relationships are really important to you, one of the questions I would ask is I would find out what their interests are. Like, what do you like to do? Maybe they would start with traveling, and then you would tie the question how often do you travel with your family? And they would say, oh yeah, I went to so-and-so with my family. We actually go every year. So it kind of opens that door of the family discussion. And then you can follow up with a question of, oh, really? Are you close with your family? Tell me a little bit about how you guys hang out. When you sprinkle in your non-negotiables, tie it to something that they already love to do, and that's going to open the door for conversation. And the goal here is to see if their values align with yours. The more you have aligned together, the less conflict you will have in a relationship. So I want to hear from you. How do you go from message to meet? Leave your comments and ideas below. If you have any questions, please do put them below. I do reply. Or visit amiethedatingcoach.com and let's talk. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, it's never too late to take charge of your love life. I'll see you in the next video.